So I was recently let go from a job after less than a week. And I realized this was the third time in my life that I've been let go or fired from a job after less than a week. It was a freelance gig. They needed me to start immediately, like last Friday. Great. I do a few hours of work for them. I don't hear from them until Wednesday. That's when they said they needed to talk and I should stop down on all my work. You know what's coming next, right? They assured me that it wasn't part of my job performance, that they just simply ran out of money. I told them, yeah, I've worked for a startup before. I get it. Those of you who've worked for the bad side of startups, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I've been working since I was 16 years old. I've held a lot of different jobs, and one of them was at the campus bookstore when I was a freshman. They hired me and they told me they needed me to work throughout the holidays, on every major holiday. And I said, well, we didn't talk about this before you hired me, and they told me to turn in my badge. 10 years ago, I got a part-time job for some crappy company. You don't need to know who they are, but they hired me and I crushed the interview and they said that they want to offer me a full-time job. I said, I only want the part-time job because I have a much better paying job elsewhere. And they're like, fine. And then on my second day, they said, hey, we need you to come in next week, all 5 days for 40 hours for full-time training. And I said, well, I can't do that. I have another job. I can't come in for 40 hours. And they said, turn in your badge. Anyway, that's why I took a little bit of a break here. Have any of you ever been fired from a job after less than a week? Hit me up in the comments.